Shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the all came out there pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. This is the brother W coming back with with another one. And I was just sitting here, kind of looking at the calendar, realizing um that next week, we're in the year 2025, and I just we just want to get up out of here. You know, we're 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 tired. We're tired of this place. We're tired of getting up and going to work, every day, and these different slave plantations. And you know, I was just praying to Yahweh Shema Shai that I pray that 2025 is a year of like a massive death. You know, the time of Jacob's trouble. Lord willing, Lord willing, and it kicks off. It kicks off next year. Especially with this, Trump, going to be sworn into office, and just a lot of talk about the chip. We just pray that it is a time of great death, so that the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Yahweh being the Father and Yahweh Shai being the Son, can be magnified, and people will fear, you know, what is to come. Tomorrow's, so-called Christmas. Everyone's in everyone's in, that happy state, you know, everyone's gonna sit under the tree tomorrow, open up their gifts and whatever the case may be. But we don't want to see that type of joy. We want to see only joy we want to see is in the kingdom when Yahweh Shai returns. So I just want to get a few precepts. I want to start with Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And of course, a lot of these things are happening now, but we want to see more of it. We get excited when we hear about this type of stuff. All the rest of the world, gets sad, or they get scared, or they get worried. You know, we get excited when we hear about these types of things happening throughout the four corners of the earth, because we all know that it points to the return of Yahweh Shai, and the deliverance of the hopeful elect. And we pray and we pray that that we're of the hopeful elect. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. That's exactly what it is. That's what we want to see. Well, we want to see the too much pride on these people's faces. A lot of pride. People out there, buying the most expensive shit. A lot of people tomorrow are gonna go on the social media to post, you know, the fancy things that they have received, from whoever the hell it is, feeling all pride and shit. Where we 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 can't wait, these gifts and these things. It ain't gonna help you in the time of sorrows. It ain't gonna help you, in that time of death, because, you know, it's gonna be a fearful time. Time of Jacob's trouble is gonna be a fearful time. The times leading up to Jacob's trouble is gonna be a fearful time. This is Second Esdras 16, starting at verse 18, and it reads, "The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?" That's what a lot of, that's you damn, that's what Jake's out here have to ask yourself. What are you gonna do when when these things start to happen? Who are you gonna put your trust in? What are you gonna believe? Now is that time to, you know, to grasp a hold of Yahushua, and to follow him, and to listen, you know, to your teachers, which start from the apostles, and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. Because the rest of you heathens, and we don't care what happens to you. This is only for Jake here. Like, what are you gonna do? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourge for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. That's exactly it. Like, these things are happening now. These things these things are taking place now. And yes, it's not on a massive scale just as yet, but this is the beginning of it. That's why it says the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of great tribulation. We're getting into that time, and here it is that Jake don't care about it. Jake only care about the things of this world. You know, only thing Jake care about right now is what they getting tomorrow, and how they're gonna spend their New Year's. That's all Jake care about right now. Not realizing that 2025. A lot of prophets have been saying this. We feel it. 2025 is gonna be a life-changing year where many things will start to happen, especially with the chariots, man. The chariots are just showing faith. Seen a video that someone seen a video on social media, like there was like there was uh they obviously they call it like an orb. They're gonna call it an orb. But down in Vaughan, which is out here in Canada, Ontario, uh, you know, of a chariot sighting. People are starting to see these things, and with a lot of the videos that are being pushed out now, Lord willing, the chariot sightings are gonna be, uh, you know, way more in this next coming year. To a point where like it's gonna be the talk of the town, because the prophets have been talking about these chariots, and the downfall of this wicked kingdom. But like, so Jake don't care about that. They just want to continue to be in their wickedness. Mm. Behold, that was basically the point. Like, Jake don't want to. This whole chapter is not real good. Ecclesiastes 3, starting at verse 1. To everything there is a season, a time, a time to every purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And that's the thing. You know, Jake want to be in this fun spirit, this fun holiday, cheerful, joyful type of mindset, you know. But that's not the time we're in. We're getting into we're going into the time of great sorrows, of great death, of a lot of killing. Verse verse 3, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Like I said, we're in that, everyone's in that spirit of right now. They just want to fuck around and have fun, dance and laugh. All these holiday parties, especially with the New Year's New Year's Eve next week. Everyone's gonna be in that type of spirit, not realizing, that that's not the times we're coming into. We're not coming into the times of peace. No peace is coming to this place. Nothing but destruction is coming. Judgment from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's the time that we're coming into. Verse 5, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. This is all the time we get into. But brothers out here, we're gonna be losing shit. It's getting harder out here. It's getting harder to survive out here. Harder to pay the bills. You know, just went to the grocery store the other day. Fucking 3 bags of groceries, $100. Like that's crazy. Tough, rough times we're coming into. A lot of people out here getting in debt just to buy gifts, you know? That's why I love the thing about this truth. Everyone's out here stressing themselves, over this Christmas bullshit. And I'm just here, just cooling. I give two fucks. Everybody knows I ain't down with this shit. Don't expect nothing. Don't ask me for nothing. You know? I don't need anything. If I need it, I can get it on my own. The Lord will provide. Verse 7, a time to rend and a time to sue, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. And that's what we're getting into, that time of war. Peace coming. Just like I said, even when they say peace and safety, what's gonna happen? Sudden destruction. So there ain't no peace for this place. This is Jeremiah 30 and 6. Ask ye now and see what man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as woman travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. It lasts, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but ye shall be saved out of it. Only the elect are going to be saved out of the time of Jacob's trouble. Only the elect are going to be protected and have mercy upon during the time of Jacob's trouble. When everyone else is going to be bugging out. When the chariots make their appearance, when there's just bodies all over the place. Like we are talking um this Saturday at camp, talking about how you know the Lord is going to put a spirit on his men, to just be walking past bodies and not feel no way about it. And the Lord's already starting to put that spirit upon us. When you hear about, babies dying, you hear about these, freakish type of judgments that are taking place. And you're just like, damn, the Lord is out here judging. That's just what it is. The Lord is making us cold for for that time of Jacob's trouble that we're going to get into. It's getting us ready. And closing precept is Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon them. And that's the thing, that chip is coming. A lot of things are gearing up, and the Lord is gonna only the elect are gonna say no to that hour of temptation, which is the mark of the beast. Only Yahweh Shemi Shai is gonna protect his elect from that, because no member of the elect is gonna bow down to that system. So the Lord is just getting us ready, especially coming coming to the end, of a so-called year. There's a lot of meditating and a lot of reflecting, that takes place. And you think about all the things that you went through, throughout the year, and you're thinking about all the things that that could happen, you know, the next year, because that's what we're looking forward toward the kingdom. We want to get up out of here, you know. So yeah, we just pray, Yahweh Shem Shai is just gonna, you know, show himself even more, and as we gear up into the time of great sorrows and great pain and not joy. Everyone's all about joy right now. So, Lord willing, that you found this edifying. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bar Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bar Hashem, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. And Lord willing, till the next one.